Landed. Hey, I made it. It's 9 o'clock, 9:01 actually. Greetings, I'm AC. This is Dank RC's Wednesday live stream, workshop live stream. So that was a flight from like 6 months ago at the club. I managed to land the plane and all kinds of things like that. Okay, first I'm going to actually follow up on the last 2 weeks of live streams were Optera, right? Were they Optera? Were they both Optera? I think so. Okay, so I actually have a video of me flying the Optera, thanks to Kevin. Let me just say a few things about it. It is a fantastic airframe, the Optera. Of course, people who have the Optera already know that. It is a very smooth, efficient airframe, and when you let off the throttle, it glides forever. I mean, it glides forever. I'm just not used to planes like that because I'm looking at the chat, sorry. Because, and I'll say something about what you said earlier, Robert. Anyway, it's a fantastic airframe. And I just had terrible luck with Kevin's plane. And I can't explain why, but just a lot of bad luck. And several things happened. So after the live stream, we went to the field. It was all ready to go. I had to reverse the motors by changing the ESC wires. And then, well, I don't know how many. Okay, we had a failed launch. I think I just told Kevin to launch it. I think Kevin still needs to learn how to launch it with auto launch. Even though it's relatively easy, it's still something that he's not used to. So, I mean, many of us have crashed many a plane on auto launch. Trust me, my plane over there, that's the Spear. I mean, I have a hell of a time launching that thing. So, okay. Anyway, but the Optera will launch very nicely. So the way it's set up is it has the Sunny Sky X3 series motor, 2216, 1250 kV. I put an 8x6 prop on it because that's what Kevin had. And I have a 9x6 prop that I brought with me, but I figured since he had his own prop, I would let us try that prop because I think that prop would work perfectly fine with that setup with 3S, even though 4S would be better for that. He has the bungee. Yeah, I can relate. It's 2-meter airplane. Yeah. I have a bungee launcher too. That's another story for another day, I guess. Anyway, okay, so the plane we put INAV5 on it in the last live stream. And back to what you said earlier, Kevin, I did check my Discord. I had watched that video by Powell Spakowski. I do have the important part queued up, which I think you would want me to have noticed in that video, and we'll watch it in a minute. And that does have something to do with what we were doing last week. So thank you for that. And I think it explains something that I didn't understand, and that's the auto level modifier. And we'll look at that in a second here. What else? Alpha 1. This is Blue Leader. Oh, anyway, so yeah. Anyway, Optera flies good. So let's me crawl over here to the desktop, and I don't think I'm quite ready. So hold on. Let me get to the webcam. I'll let it fire up. Okay, and then we'll switch to the webcam so at least you can see me talking while I get this ready. Okay, here get it queued up here. I thought I had it ready. So first let's look at what Powell had to say about the PID tuning. So Robert sent me a message in Discord saying, look at this video. I had watched the video before, but I just had it playing in the background and I wasn't actually listening to it. So if we go to here, this should work. Let's see. Let's switch. I don't know what I'm doing, folks, so just bear with me. Okay, I hope Paul doesn't mind. We're going to play like just a minute and a half of his video that I should link in the description. It is here in the title, PID Tuning and Rates, INAV 5. I just did INAV 5 PID Tuning and Rates in YouTube, and I got this video. And Robert sent me a link too, but I was on a different computer. So, okay. Here we go. Play this.
Flying with the angle mode or horizon without altitude control, you have to tell the flight controller of the angle of attack you would like the airplane to have during the level flight. If you know it, fill it here. If you don't know it, I have a good news for you. INAV solves this problem. And this problem is solved thanks to the auto level. The auto level available over here in the modes as one of the flight modes is basically a modifier for the angle that tells the flight controller to automatically correct the angle of attack where angle or horizon flight modes are used.
That is the point. I think that is the critical piece of information about the auto level modifier. So if I had anything to add to the beautiful things that Darren Lines did in the, and other people I'm sure, but I think it was mainly him, I don't know, but I think it was mainly him, did in the INAV configurator, it's that make an asterisk or something if it's a modifier for other modes and maybe show what modes it modifies. I don't know, maybe that would be kind of cool. So there's that. So auto level is a modifier to horizon and angle modes, and that's important. So you don't need to set the angle of attack. He's saying here that if you don't set the angle of attack, you can set auto level and it will figure it out. Now, while we're on the subject, while I pull up, and why don't I have that video pulled up? I thought I had that video pulled up. Shoot. Uh-oh. I have the video. Hold on. Where is it? Nope. Give me 1 second, folks, because I wanted to have the one ready for... Oh, there's the folder. Okay. I'm going to start this and pause it. Pause it. Back it up. Okay, this is the, you can't see it yet, but okay. Okay, so we did have another issue that I want to talk about first, is that when Kevin was flying it, all of a sudden, I had set the continuously set trims. And I don't know what happened, but it could have something to do with the fact that we hadn't done the stick centering. Oh, hi, Kevin. We hadn't done, so in INAV configurator, some critical steps that you have to do, which I couldn't do in the live stream because of the fact that I didn't have his radio, right? So he has Crossfire and he has a fancy Radio Master, the thing that all you guys fly that I don't have. I'm still on a Tyrannus, folks. Oh, it's buried somewhere. I was gonna pick up this radio, but this is not my radio. Well, this is my radio, but it's not the radio I fly with. That's a Turnigy i10, I think. Yeah. Anyway, that's for simulators. By the way, I couldn't get it to work correctly on that, but that's another story. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. Sorry. Okay, so he ran into this issue, and after our flight, and I thought about it, and I thought what happened is that we also hadn't done the stick centering. So when you have your radio and you have your configurator, before you take it to the field, you connect your radio and you bind it to the receiver, and you check that all the sticks are centered at 1500. You do the sub trims on the radio so that iNav sees 1500 and 1000 and 2000, right? 1000 low, 2000 high, 15 center, assuming you're doing it the standard way. I hadn't done that. Excuse me, hit the mic. I hadn't done that. So, oh, and Andy's here too. Hey, Andy. Greetings. We're the gang's all here. Excellent. Okay, so, yeah. So, there's me, Kevin, taking a picture of me, getting ready to launch the beautiful Optera, or taking a video, I should say. And this is after we had fixed everything. So the things we had to fix are, we had to do the stick centering, which I didn't do because I didn't have the radio here in the workshop. And I also we didn't do, so after we centered the sticks, we also had to set mechanical trim, because if you center the sticks, if you get the radio 1500 and iNav sees 1500 and your sticks are not, you know, if your aileron isn't where you want it, and in the case of the Optera, you do not want any reflex set in. You want it flush with the airframe. Okay, so the aileron is flush with the airframe at the trailing edge, and it wasn't that way. So we mechanically set the trim to be level. We set the iNav things, and then this is the launch that we did. And so if I can get it to play here, and if it works, this is the, so life is, yeah. So this is the, on, what day is it? Sunday? What day was this? Did we, oh, this is, this is a work day. I took it, yeah, this is my vacation day, I think. Anyway, here I am. Kevin's filming, and
yeah.
You can't hear me very well because he's filming with the iPhone, and the iPhone takes good video, but the audio is from behind the iPhone. So launch. Now I hit the sticks. I did hit the sticks. Now we did have it does auto launch better than that, but I did hit the sticks, and I wasn't in any navigation mode. I was in air mode on purpose because.
So did you just cancel the acro mode? I mean the. I
think I did by accident.
So
okay.
I am not proficient anymore at flying line of sight, so thank goodness I didn't crash it. It's been like,
okay.
This is my first line of sight flight in like 2 months. So I don't think I know.
It's not pulling.
Hear what I'm saying. Nope. I'm getting bit. But all I can say is that, hey, the plane is flying iNav. The OSD. Oh, the other thing, one of the other things I did not do was do the font. You have to always make sure you upload the font, especially
this
after converting the OSD from another diff, from another.
Is that
version.
All neutral?
So I am saying that it flies like a dream. That's what I kept saying over and over and over. As the plane flies like a dream, it's smooth as silk. It hardly needs any power. This is 3S on an 8x6 APC prop, and yeah, it's great flying plane. I mean, it's just so, you just let off the sticks and it just glides slowly by. I mean, if I tried to fly my FT Arrow,
all bashed up, still flying smooth. Huh?
I think I'm at half.
I know. I am.
Yeah.
You know. Totally. I'm a novice launcher myself after launching 100,000 times.
I'm gonna have to let you.
Every time is like, oh shit.
Because I don't know how to fly it in that mode.
Okay.
Well,
so
it
where's
just
the
means you
plane?
can't
I guess I
bank it
hadn't
as
watched
much.
the whole video this far, but
You can't flip it over.
so I'm just flying in acro mode. Yeah, it should have. It probably be 4S, more exciting, especially with the 8x6. But it flies perfectly fine. And all I did was again, we don't have any goggles. We didn't have any camera working because his camera had died, and then we hooked up his run cam that does a FPV hookup, and we got that going, but it turns off. So I didn't want to be like half a kilometer away, which is far enough for me, and not have the camera. So without being able to test the road, without being able to test the modes. So I suppose the next time we go out with the Aptera, I mean, Kevin can do this himself without me, I'm sure, but as long as he gets the camera going. Oh, there we landed it, but Kevin, a little bit.
Yeah.
Oopsie. Okay, that's the end of that. So,
Okay, I'm in acro mode.
okay, so that's all I have to say really about the Aptera, is that, oh, it's flying still. Hold on, sorry, I gotta close this. Okay, and then I'm gonna go switch cameras, I think, to this camera over here. And I have no idea what I'm semi-unprepared. So, I guess what I'm going to talk about is the stuff I've been trying to figure out for the Flerken. I've been making a bunch of parts, and not a whole lot new, but I thought we would maybe actually just maybe build something. I don't know. Okay, so, oh, I know what I want to do. And so I'm going to put these on Thingiverse. This is the stupidest thing. So don't laugh at me. But the way you make this, the way I made, oops, I'm going to lose my mic. The way I made this out of foam board. Okay, I should just specify for what we're talking about here. Cancel the oh, they're talking about the flight. Yeah, you keep talking. You tell them about the flight, Kevin. Kevin did fly it, and there is other video, but the other video, some of the video is mine, and of course I could access Kevin's video easier than mine because he sent it to us. So, excuse me, 1 second. So, what was I going to say? Okay, the Flerken. So what I'm doing here is this modification. It's a rocket ship, actually. No, it's not. So the actual Flerken, just a little review. This is the way Josh Bixler did the Flerken. Oh, I've already glued this on. Okay, so there's this piece here. Then there is this piece here, and also this piece has a bunch of holes in it that weaken it, so I didn't use that. I didn't do that. This is my first attempt at making a mod. Okay, then there's this piece that has this doubler on it. And so you put them all together, and then you're supposed to shape this nose that slides off the front. Well, I don't want a nose that slides off the front. I don't like this whole design because I just know it's going to be a pain in the ass to make the nose. Well, maybe not after I made these pieces here, but I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so then I figured out, okay, how are we going to make this so that I can make it with hatches, so that the nose doesn't slide off and it's just one piece with hatches that open up to access stuff. So this goes in the shit can, and then I did this. This is the one this is how it goes. So you start with this piece, then this one is just, actually there's nothing wrong with this except, oh, there's nothing wrong with this one. Then you glue on this piece, which is called the upper bay. And again, I only cut out holes in it where I need to. Then you put on this piece, and that's the lower bay, it's called in the parts list. That's the bottom. Okay, so then what you're supposed to do is, as you make this, you're supposed to use this to shape these things. This is what I'm getting to here. To shape these parts and the angles on these parts and glue them together. Now, this is one piece here, and this is another piece here, and I got them taped at this seam here and not glued yet. And I'll explain why, maybe, hopefully. Okay, so that's the bottom. That's the bottom. And then where's the top? Well, I've taken the top apart. So the top has, there's a bunch of top pieces here. The top has two pieces that go together like so. So I figured, okay, I wanted to, why didn't I have a way to, like, it was, when I made the second one, I used the first one that I made as a former. When I made the first one, I had to have this thing like on the workbench. I know this is probably so boring for you guys, but this is what we're doing today. We're gonna get to the flight controller in a minute. But you had to stick this on, so I stuck this on, and then you cut this piece out, and you get it all beveled to ready to bend, and then you fit it in, and then you're supposed to glue it. You're supposed to glue it and hold it. Of course, the glue is right and not supposed to stick to this part. It's just supposed to be separate at first. Anyway, and I want to keep it separate till I get all the parts built, right? So anyway, to make a long story long, I made these 3D printed parts in the last couple days so that I could just take the foam board and set it in there with it glue, you know, set it in there, put some glue on the piece, whoop, hold it, and it just holds like that, and it's going to glue at the right angle. So that's what these thingies are. So there's different angles and different widths at the top and the bottom. So there's basically 3 sets of these that I had to make. And the last set is printing right now. I wonder if I can show that. I wonder if I have that cam set up. Sort of. If I pointed the camera the right way, it would. Never mind. We're not going to do that yet. Okay. So anyway, sorry. So these are for the bottom, and that's what we're going to test here in a second. It's one of the things we're going to do today. So I got a new bottom piece to test the bottom part, which is over here. So this is the bottom center angles. That's what. So you just have this on your workbench and you set this down in it with the hot glue, and it will just hold its shape. So the other set is this to hold this front one. You don't have to do the side ones with these. I'll show you why, because they just find their own place to go to. So you don't have to have a former or a jig for that. But for this angle here, that's what's printing now on the printer. And it will be done probably in about half an hour. Because my printer is, the settings are so damn slow. Anyway, so that is where I've gotten with the Flerken. And the Flerken, I've got basically, I don't know why. Why build one when you could build two? Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about, that I was going to talk about before the Flerken, damn it, was that I know the people in the YouTube world will say that, you know, this camera is sucky. It's sucky, right? But where is it? It's gone. That is hilarious. Where is it? Hold on. Sorry. Here it is. It's in this box, I hope. No, it's not in the box. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me look for it for a second. No, it's not here. Okay, well, I'm still going to talk about this, and I'll even show the footage. We're going to show some more footage. I got a run cam thumb. I got 2 run cam thumbs. And I put this little mount on the side of the Arrow and to see what kind of footage. And I tested it the day, I think it was the day that I flew with Kevin on the Optera. Yes, it was. So same day, same park. After we got the Optera going, I tested this run cam thumb out. And what I have to say is, oh, here it is. So this little guy comes with an ND filter. I don't know which number it is. I should look it up. I followed other people's advice. I put a little dab of hot glue on the top of the filter so it doesn't fly off in midair. I don't have to worry about the door, which many people say it comes off really easily. So it just no effort at all. And the SD card just kind of sticks in there. It doesn't have a snappy thing, clicky thing. Super cheap, super light, barely weighs anything. Has just an input for power. And on the plane, I hope I can see that, I made a little 3D printed doohickey to hold the camera on and made a little wiring harness for it. And it just snaps in super simple. Let's see if we can do it on camera even. You just like stick it in. It goes in easier than it comes out. It just snaps in. Plug that puppy in. It lasts the whole flight. And so you get this cool side angle that no matter what you're doing, you get the side angle, and then you can use that in your footage. So I thought we would take a quick look at what it looks like. And I thought I had it all queued up, but of course I don't. So give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. We'll get it together here, and then I'll look at the chat too. No, it's not that one. I need another window. I know where it is. It's here in my videos file. Here we go. Okay, pause it for a sec. So this is what the view is out the side camera of a run cam thumb on a FT Arrow, my iNav version of the FT Arrow wide pod version, I should say. Switch to, what do I got? Desktop center. Thank you. Desktop center, switch screens, and then play. I know how to do this. So let's get to the part where I'm actually going to launch it. But there's the view with the iNav logo and a spider's web thingy in the, or a glue sticky. Okay, so I'm finally ready to launch it.
Uh-oh. Take a moment to do that.
Just going to stand right by my chair in the shade. And maybe figure it out.
Not ready to arm.
I should have figured out what
That's
time
why it won't arm.
opening. Oh, no, never mind. There's still something wrong. Okay. Where is it? Oh, there we go. There we go. Inside view. Sorry. Oh, shit. Sorry, you guys. ND16. Thanks, Robert. Anyway, looks like I got some dirt on the lens. But what a nice view. There's a little jello, but my plane has a lot of vibration. But I love this. I love this view, you guys. It's just fun. You can mix it in. If I ever get around to editing. So I'm going to get more of these. And like, they're so light, you could put them all over the place. So there's the view from the side of the little Arrow plane. Is that still too loud? Okay, I'm gonna sound How many Flerkens are in your house? I don't know, man. There's too many Flerkens. Louise always laughs at me when I say, I don't know what I say. Something about the Flerken. I can't think right now. Okay. Is that still too loud? It's probably too loud. Anyway, I did watch Curry Kitten's videos on the thumb, and look at that. Just go by the tree. I just like the side view, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm easily entertained. Easily entertained. That's all I can say. Okay, we won't watch the whole thing, but yes, I did watch Curry Kitten's video, and there, we'll stop that now. But that is fun, you guys. It's just fun. I saw Curry Kitten's video, and I saw what he went through, the whole ordeal that he went through, and I'm convinced that I'm not as particular of a videographer. I'm not a videographer at all. So yeah, I'm not as particular. I'm, like I said, look at that video. It had Jello in it. It probably the color not perfect, you know, whatever, all that stuff. But I'm happy with it. Okay, so I've basically got enough parts pretty much to build two of them, two Flerkens, and I've designed, and I put all these parts on Thingiverse, except these I haven't put on Thingiverse yet. I even put the PDF of this piece on Thingiverse, and somebody in a comment requested it, and I said, oh, it'll be a few weeks, and then of course it was like 2 months later. I finally put it up there. This piece here, and it's just a PDF, and it's not called .pdf because you can't put PDFs on Thingiverse anymore. Did you guys know that? No, you can't. You can't put a file name .pdf. So it's _PDF. You have to download it and then change the name of it. So you have to have some knowledge. I did also modify the spars on the Flerken. I've added wood to one side and a popsicle stick at this super kind of weak point around the where you put in the servo. And I've cut out the servo holes for the Emax servos that I often use. We've got another set of spars ready to go because I figure I'm going to screw this up. I've got another couple pieces of wood. So I've taken the Flerken. I should also show you that since I glued it all together, this one's glued all together, and it's pretty stiff. It's not, oh, it's not, you can't see it. I mean, it's not going anywhere. So maybe that's good, maybe that's bad. I don't know. So, that's what I started. I've just planned out how I'm going to build it, just trying things out. This is the motor mount I designed. That's also on Thingiverse. So I figured we'd start testing all this stuff out now that I've wasted 35 minutes, but I can't get into side view. Oh, you can't get into side view. Well, to each his own. What about rear view? Do you like rear view? I like no, don't say anything. I'm rear view out the rear of a plane. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so what else? Oh, so there's this pod that goes in the front. That is for a full-size camera, and I've also designed one for Nano and Mini, but I need to put them on Thingiverse. I just haven't uploaded them yet. Oh, because I was having trouble with my computer when I went to upload and I went to reboot. So that holds that there. so that it sticks out the right amount. Yeah, that's that. There's the VTX mount that's going to go kind of like, well, I can show you on this one. It's for like a Rush VTX, and it's going to go like that and hold the VTX and the little pigtail so that the antenna can go through the hole. Oh, it's already got the antenna through the hole. So, and then the antenna will go, the tip of it will be at that hole at the bottom of the plane. So it'll be pretty aerodynamically clean if the Flerken is aerodynamically clean. So, and of course, I did this on another live stream, this whole deal here. Whoops. This whole gigantic mess is all basically ready to put in the plane. So that's kind of the stuff we're going to work on. And yeah. So we could either make a wing. What should we do? Oh, well, the flight controller needs to be converted to iNav 5 because now I have iNav 5. And I am going to be daring enough that I will try that continuously trim servos again on this plane and on all the iNav 5s that I do. And I got to convert that Arrow to iNav 5. Many things. My whole fleet is basically iNav 2.1 or iNav 2.5. 2.2.1 or iNav 2.5 dot something, I think. Okay. So where are we? I've been yapping on and I'm not making any progress. So what can we do? We can get this plane ready to put the flight controller in, because I think that this one, oh no, I think I should just use this one and recut out those holes here. What do you say? I'm going to be in indecision here. If I want to do that or if I want to do this one. Because this one is, I've got it beveled on the right side. It's not glued together yet. Okay, so we're going to glue this one together. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put, oh, the other thing I did is I made a little jig to put these pieces on here so that I can just draw a line and glue it on. And of course, my pattern for this on the PDF has these lines on it too, so you can cut those out and trace those on there, because that's where you put these reinforcing pieces. Okay. And I actually haven't even tried the stupid hatch on here yet. Like, I have a few dimensions for the hatch, but I haven't cut out the hatch and tried to see, like, how does the battery go in. This could be all a big folly for nothing and not really work. That's all I can say. So I think what we'll do is we'll do yet another iNav update. Means, excuse me, I need to get the computer. Need to get the computer ready to do that. In other news, I said I would not order any more planes, but I ordered another plane. I shouldn't have ordered it, but I did. And so I think it's going to be here tomorrow. I ordered it from, is it Race Day Quads or Ready Made RC? I can't remember, to be honest. One of those two. race day quads or ready-made RC. I ordered a nano drac. Oh, my prints are done. So in a couple minutes, we'll go pick those off the thing. So let's just do a mock-up without doing any taping and all the fancy stuff I do to every single piece. While I'm getting this ready, we will do the beveling on this. So this is how you make this piece. We'll see if we can actually form a piece without having the whole rest of the Flerken to set it on and glue it together that way, because I don't like that method of building. So what we're going to do is put the camera down here maybe a little, and I'll sit in a chair maybe like so. Change my glasses. While the computer boots up, we'll get into some bevel cuts. You got to bevel cut this according to this pattern here. So you bevel cut on the outsides and not on the middle part. Does that kind of make sense? Yeah. So I made this, printed this little bevel cutter, not my design. In fact, I wouldn't quite design it exactly like this, because it's a little sharp on your hand. But still, I use it all the time. It works great. Let's see, bevels all the way around this sucker. Bevels all the way around. Bevels, oh, that gets a really deep bevel. We're going to do that manually. Do a bevel on the outside of this one. Do a bevel on the outside of this one. Oh, don't knock the laptop off, but scooch it down. And we do, that gets a thick bevel. Then we'll do this bevel. Let's hope I didn't. Oh, I did it way too deep. So let's fix that real quick. When you do that, just like Josh Bixler says, just put some tape on it. It's not the end of the world. This foam board. We are not making FW190s out of balsa here. We are just doing the bare minimum. Okay, so this is a single bevel on this side. So we're going to do, oh, does it want to fold? Single bevel here. And a single bevel here. Let's see if we can do it without cutting that other one. And a single bevel here. Oh, we did that one already. Okay. So we're going to take these two things I wrote on there, bottom 44 degrees. That's what I measured this angle at. And we're going to see if this little stupid idea I had is going to work. So the idea is that I'm just going to be able to put glue on there and just plop it in there and hold it. What do you think? Let's try it out. Let's try it out. Okay. So, glue gun is hot. It's all happy. So we're going to take this and we'll just, oh, the glue gun isn't loaded right, but okay, you're going to do it. Come on, you can do it. Okay, we're just going to do that like so. And plop it in there. Get some these doohickeys and throw that on the floor. Wasn't prepared, was I? Do it on this side. Throw it in the trash, which I can't seem to reach from here, and just hold it for a minute. That's very exciting. While I do that, I'm going to multitask because nobody wants to watch paint dry, right? Right. Not even me. There's glue strings everywhere. Okay, so we got the flight controller ready, or iNav ready. So now let's see if we can, oh, I buried my switcher. Let's see if we can pick number laptop 2. Oh, it works, folks. So there's the laptop. We're going to get iNav 5 queued up. We have iNav 5. Oh, we're going to get iNav 4 queued up because we got to get whatever version that we had on our... Oh, I hate this. I have this problem with the normal template on this computer, and I've fixed it 1,000 times. Something went wrong. Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay, so what, have we held it for a minute yet? I'll look at the chat. What's happening? Nothing. Nothing's happening in the chat. Because I'm very boring, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm sorry you can't get in the side view. What view do you like? You don't like the multiple camera thing? So that's just a thing that maybe I just like. Somebody at Maytech likes it because they have it as part of their flight controllers. Okay, so you can see that I think that this little thing that I made, you know what, I should have made sure that these were held up against the side, but really, it's not going to matter. Now, let's see. Ta-da, it worked. Let's see how it fits. Let's see how it compares to, oh, actually, let's finish the, oh, we didn't do these. I forgot some. I forgot something. I made a boo-boo. We'll fix it though. Which side do? We do the outside. Bevel the outside. Hold on, I gotta switch glasses. Oh, I gotta switch screens. Okay. Sorry, I'm the worst live streamer ever, so that's okay. That's what we're gonna do on these Wednesdays, is be a bad live streamer. Okay, this side, we're gonna scooch it down this way, and I'm gonna put my back right in the camera and do that. And I think I sliced through part of it. So we gotta get a little piece of tape there too. Where did I put that? Tape dispenser right here. Things are getting crazy on the workbench. I'm gonna have to clean it up. Okay, and then we've got to do this angle, which is a sharp, sharp angle. So we need the longer razor blade, like this one. And we need to do like a kind of like that. I'm not doing a very good job. That's kind of what we're aiming at for. Okay. Then we should be able to get this crap out of the way. Oh, I forgot 2 more bevel cuts. No, 1 more bevel cut. Okay, I think I can do this. Just with this. All right, that's close enough. Okay. Oh, it doesn't quite match up, does it? Doesn't match up like the other one. What have I done wrong, folks? My part maybe is not correct. Oh, it could be just... That's pretty far off. That's pretty far off on that side. That's interesting. We'll have to see what I've done. I wonder if it's the former I did or not. Okay, well, we're just going to try to glue this together anyway. Sorry. Bear with me. This is one of the things we're doing today, is testing out my workshop-made jigs. So we're just going to hold it together like that. Make sure, whoop, hold it together. Burn your fingers a little bit. The last time I did this, I had tape ready to hold it, so that I could do the glue parts that are sticking up out on the outside. Okay, so thanks, Kevin. I don't know if it's smart or not, but we'll see. It depends if you want to mass produce Flerkens or not. And I'm not sure I do. I just want to make a few of them. Maybe some, like I do, that I've got a pile of arrows ready to put together here. That's going to be next week. Next week we're doing the arrows for sure. I've got them almost ready to go. Okay, so I managed to glue that together. And besides this, which may be a cutting error, it may be what I did wrong on the, I'm going to have to take measurements, which I will not do now because I won't bore the hell out of you guys. But, okay. So, we're going to clean up a little bit here. We'll test the gluing of this in a few minutes. We'll see how we can get, how far we can get to putting this plane together. And we will follow up with it. Just like I followed up with the Optera. I'm going to be smarter now and follow up with stuff. Going back through the old stuff. I have to finish the Ranger 2000 to finish following up on what I did there a year and a half ago. Okay. Oh, this is the ring light I'm going to put in there. Okay, we got most of this stuff moved off to the side. All the Flerken pieces. I'm going to go see if I can pick a piece off the printer real quick. Has it cooled down in yet? The beauty of printing on glass is that you let it cool off for like 10 seconds. And it I mean, not 10 seconds, 10 minutes. You let it cool for 10 minutes, and then you just walk up and pick them up. No prying or pulling or magnetic sheets or anything. Now, there's disadvantages to glass, lots of them, especially if you're printing anything besides PLA. Okay, so I think I put iNav 4.1 on here. But what we're going to do, so let's load up iNav 4.1 on the laptop. And maybe. No, I don't want to download the new app. I know how to do that on my own. Thank you. Now we'll plug this into the, did I have a USB cable ready? Of course not. What happened to that USB cable? Okay, let's hope this one works. This is different than the known working one that I had the other day with Kevin's Optera. Okay. Let's plug this in. Let's plug this in this end first. Okay, the USB, oh, that's in the Flerken box. It gets connected. Duh. Where is that thing? Okay, let me switch cameras back. You can watch me frantically look for this part right here. Okay, this part. Gotta switch glasses, folks. I should wear my new glasses that I just got from the eye doctor, the progressives, but not used to them yet, so I don't want to wear them today. Okay. This goes in this way. No? Yes, it must go in that way, right? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So this has your USB. Oh, we have USB-C on here, don't we? Yes, we do. Okay, hold on. Where's that USB-C cable? USB-C cable is here. I think I already went through my woes on the DeWalt. Did I go through tell you my woes on the DeWalt car charger? Well, don't buy those. Don't buy a DeWalt car charger. Not because there's anything wrong with the charging circuit, which I haven't tested thoroughly, but because the socket doesn't fit in the lighter socket properly. So you'll find yourself driving for hours and find out 3 hours into the road trip that you hoped your phone or tablet or GPS or whatever was charging, and it wasn't. Okay, so here we go. We're going to switch screens. We're going to plug in ooh, look at that. This USB is set up so you can, does that mean it doesn't? Oh, I don't know. I want to show you something that's very interesting. Never seen this before. This DeWalt USB cable is set up. You can plug it in either direction. And it's USB-A, but it's still either direction, like USB-C. That's very interesting. Okay. Everything but one. You have everything on iNav 5 but one. Well, I have none, so this is going to be my first one. The Flerken will be the first one. Okay, so we definitely have iNav 4.1 on here because it's not telling me to go to the... It's not telling me to go to the dumping me in the CLI. But we will still go into the CLI. Oh, and the configurator tells you what the firmware is too up here. But we'll still do version. Just first step. Oop, type in the right place. So type version. That's the first thing you should always do. When you get to the CLI and you haven't messed with your flight controller and you're about to mess with it, get the target. Find out what the target is. Make sure you know that. But what we're going to do is the standard thing, just like we did on the Optera, we're going to do dump all. You know what we're going to do first? Hold on. Where is the... This is what I was searching for in the field. Where is the iNav wiki? iNav flight wiki. There was like a iNav. No, that is I'm not going to do that now. I was going to say I'm going to look up how you do it from 4, because it's the easier path from 4 to 5. You don't have to do. So what I could do is go to iNav, go to releases. Releases. Oh, there it is right there. Go right there. Go ballistic Buzzard. He likes that naming thing. So it's Ballistic Buzzard this time, folks. Ballistic Buzzard. And down here, right here, folks, we've already done step 0. Diff all, upgrade to 9. Yep. Upload your OSD font of choice. That's the step I missed when I was doing Kevin's, and when we got to the field, his OSD looked a little wonky, and uploading the font fixes that, of course. Go to the CLI again and paste the above described contents. The above described contents. From the file you previously created and write save, press enter. Check carefully that the settings are all correct and fixed any out of recognized or unrecognized or so I think you're just supposed to paste this whole thing in. Right? Yeah. That's the above described contents. Diff all. Okay. All right, that's what we're going to do. We'll try that. What the hell? We've never flown this plane anyway. It doesn't matter. So diff all. Let's do a diff all. Diff all. Then let's copy to clipboard. Then let's go to our code. Oh, lots of windows open there. And we're going to do a new window. Let's get rid of that one, because I don't want to get that confused with any of my stuff. Just want a new window, folks. New window. New window. Okay. And minimize the other ones. Okay, so we're going to do new file, and we're going to do paste, and then we're going to save this as, save as, God damn it. I'm not so good with the trackpad today. We're going to desktop, and new folder, and Flerken. Oh, Jesus, see what happened? Not so good with the trackpad, folks. Sorry. Flerken. Migrate to 5. That's all we need. And we're going to dump this as diff all dot text. Stop that. Hate that Visual Studio Code does that one thing. It does a few things that drive me crazy. If they start mixing in a bunch of AI crap in there, I'm gonna okay, save. Okay, so let's follow this. Let's get out of here, disconnect, close this, go to iNav 5. Oops. Control C. Oh, whoa. Control Y. There we go. Yeah, okay. Go to iNav 5. iNav 5. We're going to the firmware flasher. We're going to... Oh, did I pay attention to that? No. Let's look at the stupid... See, the target. Gotta have the target, folks. Target is Maytech F405 SE. Maytech F405 SE. So let's choose a board. I suppose I could type Maytech in there. F405 SE. Choose a firmware version, 5.0. So we're going to do full chip erase. That's what it said to do. Go to the CLI. Oh, wait. Full erase option in the configurator. So let's load firmware. Let's flash the, and this is the same release notes you get down that we were just reading right there. There's what we're going to do. Flash firmware. So we've upgraded full erase option, flash firmware. Let's double check the full erase option. Yes, flash firmware. Let's see what's happening. Hi, Mad Lads. Thanks for watching. That's all I got. Very exciting. I'm very boring today. Very boring. So, at least, as I squat way down here, at least we can say that the Aptera is flying. And it did get crunched that day. I don't think I mentioned that. Did I mention that it crashed? I did. I mentioned it crashed. It did get crunched, but it's not so bad. And Kevin was pleasantly surprised that a little crunching doesn't affect the flying performance, which of course is, I mean, drastically, not in a way that you can like totally feel. I'm like sitting like a midget because I don't know why. I was sitting like a midget. Okay, here, we're back to normal. Okay. Did it flash? Or did I, oh, load it online. Now we got a flash. Right? What's wrong? What did I do wrong here? I've done something wrong. Let's see what version we've got. Oh dear. It's broken. It is, because it's blinking. It's doing the blinkety blink thing. See there? Oh, no. Yeah, it's still blinking. Uh-oh. Let's unplug it and plug it back in. I hope we haven't bricked the board. Let's do this load firmware online. Loading. Flash. Flash firmware. Well, it's, oh, it doesn't connect. Oh, I know. It's not in DFU mode, you dingbat. Okay, so you hold the button down. Where am I? Here, I'll show you what I'm doing. There's a little button on here. Hold that down. Then we're going to plug in the thing. We'll just hold this. There we go. Plug in the thing. Oh, I lost the button. Hold on. Now, if I show you, you have to have DFU up here, folks. DFU. It has to say DFU. Now we can hit the flash firmware button. I say. Oh, connect. No. Just flash firmware. Load firmware online. What am I missing? No, I still can't do it. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Loaded firmware online. Flashing firmware does not do anything. Okay, so let's get out of here and start over. Disconnect. We're going to go into iNav5 configurator. Let's hope we can get DFU mode. Holding the button. Plugging it in. It says DFU. Do you connect? No, you don't connect. You don't connect. Let's look at the target again. Double check. This is the one. F405 SE. F405 SE 5.0. Full chip erase. No reboot sequence. Load firmware online. Okay, now we should see something when we hit flash firmware. Something should happen. Oh, it's doing it. I don't know what went wrong there the other time. Oh, I don't need to do that. So first it does a full erase. And then it's going to hopefully flash. Oh, it's flashing. Yeah, I could have been gluing the parts. If I had a bigger workbench, I need a bigger workbench. I don't think Andy's still here, but he's building himself very nice work areas. And he's got like enough space to do like areas for different things, which is so nice. Okay, so now let's connect. Okay, here we go. Folks, this is the beginning of setting up iNav from scratch, but we're going to upgrade from 4. So what does it say on our wiki? It said upgrade. Okay, so we're just doing the upgrade. So let's finish this part. We're going to do wing. It's a plane without a tail. Then rebooting. Then what we're going to do is grab our diff all, this one, and I'm just going to Control A, Control C. The ones that start with a hash do not matter. They're just comments. CLI. We're going to the right box. We're going to paste. Control V. And then, did it have a save at the end? It does have a save. So hit Enter. Save. It's doing all the things. So if we see any errors here, and we might, we need to correct those. But we didn't see a damn thing, did we? Whoop, look at that. So, could it be that easy to upgrade to iNav 5 from iNav 4? Let's look at our desktop. It looks like it has the calibration. Yes, it does. Mixer. Everything's good. Okay, folks, let's start putting together an airplane then. We got 45 minutes, right? Sorry, that's what we're supposed to do in a workshop, is put together airplanes. In an airplane workshop, whatever we're doing here. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect. I'm just going to leave everything set the way it is for now. I'm going to check one more thing. Oh, I forgot to do the OSD font. Let's do the OSD font. It needs to be plugged into a battery. So let's get a battery. I think it's okay without a motor. We'll just plug it into a battery. We can do that. There's a battery in here somewhere, buried deep in the bowels. Yes, battery. It didn't blow up. That's good. So let's go to the font manager. I like clarity. Oops, clarity. And then clarity. That looks huge, but okay, let's do it. Upload font. The reason you need a battery is because the OSD chip is not powered by the USB port. I don't think ever on any flight controllers because of the power requirements. Okay, so we can unplug the battery now. And reconnect to our flight controller. The flight controller has been connected to the USB this whole time. So it doesn't seem to care about. Oh, and look at that craziness that we did on, I did the wire ordering too. Look at that. How about happy days? So everything is there. Black box is there. Everything is there. Definitely the upgrade system, the upgrade instructions are perfectly fine from what I can tell. So disconnect. And we're going to go to do some actual work here. And now I have to do some thinking, making mistakes and saying, oh crap, because I screwed up something, which is another reason why I'm making a bunch of parts. I wanted to be able to reproduce. It was a lot of work to get to the kind of the first one that I made here that fit right, to have all these parts fit together without the plan was different than the plan. Well, this part is different. Never mind. Doesn't matter. It's not the exact same as the plan, the Flerken plan from flight test. So small differences and just a few of the parts. 3 parts. That's all I really changed is 3 parts from the flight test design. And all 3 parts, one of the parts is, the main part is on the flight test, on the Thingiverse page. And the other stuff, I guess, will be there at some point. But I was also going to do a video instructing on how I did it. Okay. I have to find a place to put this laptop now. The place I put it seems to be, I have to do some, over there in that area, needs some work. My office. Okay, that part needs to be processed a little bit. Okay, so what are we going to start with? We're going to start with this. Oh no, we're going to do this one. So we're going to start with putting the reinforcement pieces on. So the first thing we're going to do is, I'm going to point the camera, push it back a little bit. Sorry, excuse my very unprofessional video system here. Okay, we're going to take, I've already drawn lines on there, so all I need to do is do some cutting of these reinforcement pieces. I have a whole bunch here ready to go. I had some ready to go. And they don't need to be super long, but longer than that. About that long. Okay, so we're going to get my razor blade, and there's a little bit of glue left on that one from some other previous thing. Here. How long? I'm going to cut this to size. I had lines drawn. I don't think I want to obey those lines. I want to go to there. Okay. So what we're going to do is make sure that I can see the line a little bit better over here in this part. It got a little faint right at the end. Then Oh, I want 2 pieces ready to go. 2 pieces. Oh, crap. 2 pieces, 2 pieces. Well, I thought I had a bunch ready to go. Apparently not. Okay, we're going to cut some. Just give me a second here. Got lots of scraps. First, we're going to cut the rough edge off of this. And we're going to cut some. Ooh, my blade needs to be replaced. What a shocker. So what we're doing is just trying to do some pieces that are the same width or close to being the same width, and that aren't as seemingly crappy as that piece there that I had saved. Okay, couple more. So this is why I like building with foam board, is that there's just, I have so much of it. I mean, I just went and spent like 40 bucks or something, and so I have like enough foam board probably to last me the rest of my life. Okay, now let's start over here. Get rid of all the crap on the bench. Do the cut at the beginning. I gotta change this blade. And cut it to about there. And cut the next one to the same size. It's kind of like building with balsa maybe, but cheaper and a little more forgiving. No more novice friendly. Probably less environmentally friendly. I don't know. Probably the same amount of environmentally friendly. Okay, we have got 2 of these for the front. So now we're going to take our hot glue gun and we're going to carefully do this so I don't burn my fingers. Just put a little bit of glue on there, and then I kind of go before I want where I want it, and then I slide it towards the place so that there's only glue sticking out on the back. And then I make sure it's right on that line, and any glue that's coming out, scrape it away. And then when you have time, get some of the other stuff in the back. Like that. Okay, now we'll do the other side. That's this piece, I think. Yes, it is. Trying to keep the pieces the same length, just to keep the plane, and the same width, just to keep the plane balanced, you know. Right? Put the same thing on the same plane, same sides of the plane. Okay, I got a lot more gooping out on the side of the plane this is meant to make a backing for. So we need to get the glue off of there so it doesn't push the side of the plane to the wrong place. So again, these strips are just here so that when I glue the whole thing together, it helps strengthen it. It helps with assembly. So now we're just going to follow these lines here. Oh my gosh, it's dark. These lines here, if you can see those. And they are on the plan piece that I have on Thingiverse. Okay, so now let's cut these back ones. And we're going to cut it from like there to about there. And we'll make another one of those, the same. That one's pretty narrow. Where's my other narrow strip? Yeah, here it is. This one. What I need to do is the same length. Okay. 2 more. So I'll glue these on. Again, I try to do it before the line and then scooch it up to the line to minimize the amount of goopage. This one still had bits of goop. So then we just kind of make sure it's in the right place. Yep. Move on to the next one. Okay, we want the smooth edge toward the outside. And we're going to try not to burn my fingertips so I don't swear. And now we're going to adjust it so it's right on the line, because it will squirrel around a little bit. And then get the goopage. Maybe even get some goopage on the back of this one. Okay. We only have 2 more little bits to put in. We're going to put in a little bit right here and a little bit right there. So we're going to cut. That wasn't that bad, was it? We're going to cut it from there to about there. And we'll do it here. I should have done this over the overhead camera. Okay. That's what I should be doing. That's what I should be doing. I think you guys all fallen asleep. Very boring. Oh my God, this is such a mess. Oh, and I've lost the 2 pieces I just cut. Brilliant. Nope, they're still there. We'll scooch everything over. I think I better do a little cleanup in a minute here. Oh, this one I might not be putting a front camera on, even though I've got all those. I think I'm going to put Andy, Crosswind Jones, gave me a turtle. Hold on, I'm about to lose my mic. Something has happened here. It's going to fall off. Okay, here. We're going to switch to camera 11. Switch this over to here. Ooh, look at that. We can actually get it on camera. Okay. So what we'll do is glue these last 2 things here. This is all we're doing. Excuse me. And we just plop it right there. And that one went on really clean. If I smushed it down, we'd get some goopage. But I don't really need to smush it down. So now we will do it here. And it should have not been as bad with my head. My big, fat, bald head probably wasn't in the way as much. So I think I'll be able to do soldering this way too. Oh, we're getting some goopage because I didn't push it forward. So we'll just scoop up the goopage and push it to the line again. Okay, that's all we need. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we will glue this thing onto here. And this is a little sketch because the glue tends to stick out and squish out and not go flat. So I want to make sure maybe I have this to help me push this down at the ready. So what we'll do is we'll glue it up. Maybe I should switch back to here. Glue it up. We're just doing it, right? Because the worst thing going to happen? I got to get another stick. I don't have enough glue. Stand by for 1 second. I think I need to change my mic battery too. 1 second. Okay, have another glue stick. Oh, forgot to change the battery. Turned it back on. We'll have to change the battery in a few minutes here. Okay, glue stick is added. Of course, the trick is, and you all know this, is you put a little dab of glue on the end of your glue stick and stick it in there, and it'll stick to the end of the previous glue stick. And if you got it straight enough, it should just punch right through. Okay, here we go. We're doing this. Camera, we'll do it on this camera. So we're going to do the glue. Glue, 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 glue. Then we're just going to squish it down really good. I hope I'm not getting my big fat bald head and almost. That camera angle's pretty good. It lets me see for the most part. So we want this to be flat and we want it to be not lifting up. We want it to be flush against the bottom piece. I think we made it. How many planes do you have, Robert, with iNav, if you're still watching? Okay, I think that's down enough. I held it long enough. Now comes the wood spars. Those are next. We will be putting these 2 wood spars in. Are they spars when they go front to back? I think we're going to put a camera mount in there, so I make sure I don't block the camera mount. So the camera, I don't know if you can see. No, you can't see. We have to scooch this over more. There's so much crap over here. I really need to clean that up, but since there's only 25 minutes left, I'm not going to do that. I won't waste time. We are going to try to get some progress made on this plane now that I know how to build it. Okay, so those spars are a little too long. I must have changed the design a little bit. So now I got to find my pencil, which is over here. And we're going to mark this. I think we're going to mark it. Yeah. Mark it to be right there. That's where we want to cut it. Okay, you guys are going to have to bear with me. Well, I'll keep the microphone on. We're going to the saw, which is in the other room. What we have to do with the saw, first let's turn off the 3D printer until we have another print ready. We're going to use this little hacksaw. It's over here. One of these days I'll get the workshop cam, the other side of the workshop cam. So we're just going to do a little sawing. Make a little squeaky noises. Yeah, that turned out pretty good. And we will use this one to measure this one. Carefully. Get it the same length. Sorry that you guys can't see this today. And we start sawing this one. Okay, we did it. Now, we're back. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Sorry, my big fat head still gets in the way, doesn't it? Yeah, I can't avoid it. Okay, so now that this is all glued down, that looks good. Everything looks good. So what we're going to do is we are going to, let's see how we're going to place it. We want to rotate it, so we need to push it from the middle. Well, I guess we're going to need to push it. I want it to be flush up against there. So then we're just going to put down a bead of glue here, and I'm going to have to get my head in the way. And then we're going to flop this down and get it in the right spot. And when you're using wood and hot glue, the glue cools very quickly. So you don't have to hold it for long. It just cools right off. Okay, so now we have this all fitted so that we can see how it's going to fit. Let's put that cut towards the front. Okay, sorry again for my head. I need to get a better camera angle, I guess, but here we go. This glue comes out really quick. And it also will dry really quick. Or cool, I should say. And I think I should put a little bit in there and squish it in. Get rid of you. Get some more of that. Get as much of that off as I can while it's still goobly. Made a little boo-boo there, but nobody's going to see that, right? Again, this is the kind of the, hopefully just the prototype version. And then I'll tear it apart and make another one in 10 years. Okay. Now, what's next? I think we need to fit the motor mount. Where's the motor mount? have a whole Flerken box here. Gosh, I hope I have another motor mount. Uh-oh. That's what I need to queue up to the printer. I thought I printed several motor mounts. Oh, there it is. Motor mount. Okay. So this part fits in the back here, and it holds the X mount for a Sunny Sky motor, a 34 millimeter size X mount. And the way it goes in is there's a slot in the end. This angle here is the thrust angle. Hi, Birdman Aviator. How are you? I hope you don't get bored to death. Okay, so that's how it goes in. And all we need to do is get some glue in there, right? So we're going to, the way I glue it is I glue the part. And I should have some bits ready to scrape up some glue globs. Let's have another few pieces. Okay, so I'm just going to glue around the, you can see the edges there on the inside. And I'm also going to clean off the glue gun a little bit. It's got a lot of glue gooping out. Okay. Then I'm going to stick it in because I've test fit it. So I'll just put some glue there and glue there. And then in it goes. Let's put a little bit more glue right there. And then in it goes. And it went in very well. So now let's get all the goop. And let's get the inside goop. Some of it anyway. Okay, I think we got a little goop in where we're going to put the nuts in. So let's get this and get that out of there before it gets too. I mean, I don't think it'll matter. I'll just heat the nut up. Stick it in there. This should be fine. Okay, so there's the motor mount. And then we will next. Okay, now here's where I got to do some thinking. Let's fit this together. I've already got the GPS is in the top, what's called the, oh, I should do the hatch, shouldn't I? So this is how it fits on. And this is going to be the flight controller hatch. Then the front piece fits on. And this is going to be the battery hatch here. And have I drawn out? No, I have a printout of the battery hatch somewhere. I better find that. I'm going to have to do that. We may go to Fusion and do that. What time is it? 15 minutes. Okay. We're going to 11 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Okay. What are we doing next? That fits. So, flight controller. Should we fit the flight controller in? Probably. Okay, just think about what we're going to do on the bottom before we get too far. On the bottom goes this piece here. I don't think we do anything on the bottom till we get the wings on. So I think I should leave the bottom for last, just like Josh Bixler does on his. if you're wondering what the hell I'm doing, Birdman Aviator, if you're still here, I'm building my Flerken. I've got a little bit of a modification from the flight test design, so I'm trying to figure it out. And that's the kind of thing I do here. Well, that I will be doing. This is only my third actual official workshop Wednesday. This piece is so bent up. Look at how crooked it is. I'm hoping it straightened out this way. It was bent this way, long ways too. It was bent down this direction too. So, okay. So we're not going to do anything to the bottom. So we should put in the flight controller and start doing the electronics. And that's what we're going to do for the next 15 minutes. So we're going to unplug the USB cable here. Okay. Which way was this going? I think it was this way because the power wires came out this way and these wires came out this way. Okay, so this is what I got to do now, is fit this in here and then glue it in. So the first thing we're going to do, I don't even remember what these are for. Oh, this is the VTX and something. The VTX and the Flerken lead. Oh, I mean the thumb lead. Oh yeah, this little lead here is for the thumb. Man, I thought ahead. That's amazing. It's been so long since I worked on this, and I did do all this in a live stream. This whole flight controller wiring. This big mess that I'm messing with right here. So what I'm going to try to do is get as much of this crap out of the way as possible. And I'm going to have to do some bending and swearing and okay, that is for the ESC, I think. Yep. And that's the ground for the ESC. Okay, so we're trying to get it into this little spot, and it's not really going to fit. So what I had to do before was just kind of bend it out. No, not that way. I did it once. I can do it again. I think what we have to do is disconnect that. So what I'm going to do before I disconnect this is take a picture of it, because I can't remember why I have it hooked up that way. But I'm going to verify that that's correct. But let me take a picture. Turn it this way so I get some more light on it. Sorry, folks. Oops. Okay. I'm going to unplug this bit. That must be this. That must be the smart audio going to the. So this is the VTX wire. That's what that is. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. We're going to smush it up against there. And kind of down like that. Come on. Shit. Maybe I got to do it this way first. Okay. Let's do it this way. These guys are going out. I don't know if these guys, okay, these guys will go out too. These guys will go back here because they're going back in. Okay, here we go. We're going to go this way. Let's get this stuff out. Oh, hold on. Let's do it that way so we don't get in trouble with those wires. Okay, we're almost there, folks. We're almost there. These two guys, just go that way. Okay, we're going to do it like that. There we go. There we go. Almost. We got it. We got it in. I hope I haven't messed it up. Look at that. It's in. Okay, so now we're going to put some glue down in there. Just some dabs of glue. One in that side. Oh, shit. It's going to be hard to get it in. We're going to have to drizzle it in. Drizzle some in there. Drizzle some in there. And down he goes. And we'll just get it centered. And hold it there. Now what's going to happen here is that this goes up here. That's the battery lead. And these guys go back here to the ESC. Okay, that's how that's working. So here we have these wires for the ESC. We have a ground wire, we have a signal wire, and we have the power wires. And they can all plug directly into the cables that come out of the ESC. Then on this side, we had that picture. We can put our cables back, because we have our picture. Okay, Sam just sent me a text that says who knows what. Okay. So that's what the picture looks like. We're going to duplicate that. We're going to put this guy right back on there, just like that. And this one was in the middle. One pin left over. I'll have to verify that, but that's how that goes. And then this one also goes out to the VTX and the thumb. And I don't know if you're still here, Robert, but yeah, the thumb's going to be on the side of this plane too. Shit. Remember, Arthur, G-rated. Did I swear? Oh, did I swear? Oh dear. G-rated. Are we G-rated here? I don't think we're G-rated. Oh, you painted a set of rims. Hold on. I got a situation here. Hello? Hey. Okay, you can. I'm on a call with somebody, so no problem. All right, I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye. That's my friend Sam that I've known forever, and now I sort of help take care of him because he's gotten older, as we all have. I'm going to have to figure out where this is going to go. One of the things I'm going to try to do is twist these wires up. I don't know how good of a twister that they'll take, but we need to twist. Should always try to twist these kinds of wires. That helps with the EMI, electromagnetic interference. It also helps, I think we better, so red is on the right. Red on the right. So I think that doing that to this cable will be beneficial, because not only does it reduce EMI, excuse me, But it makes it easier, just neater. Your cabling is neater when it's not all like this. It looks neater. It's easier to see what's what for the most part. So I always do this kind of twisting. So you painted a set of rims. Here's one for you. You had your grape. Here's mine. Make it all GST connectors the same size. JST connectors, right? I have nothing that fits. Oh, you have to take a picture. Take a picture of it and send it to me on. I have this set of stuff that you get from, let me show you. Ready Made RC, I think a Race Day Quads sells these little kits. This is the size that goes into the GPS. On my GPS, what kind of GPS? Oh, gripe, yeah. Yeah, that's a gripe. So which GPS is it? Oh, so see what's happening here? I'm getting to the end and it's not going to be even. So we want to try to make sure we're getting we don't want it to be too goopy at the end. So be careful. Kind of keep an eye on that. HGLRC. I have an HGLRC. I think it's the same kind of connector. So you get those connector kits. That's what I did, how I wired the thumb on these two planes, this one and the Arrow. Of course, this wasn't a plane yet. Oh, see, it's kind of not going so well here. It's not going so well on the twisty at the end. So let's work it a little harder. I know, this is like probably nobody else would do this, right? I think I was twisting it the wrong way. There. So that's what we just did. Now we didn't do a perfect job because really if you talk to an electronics person, they'd probably tell you you have to have the same amount of twist through the length of the cable. Well, we're not sending gigabits of data through this thing. Okay, so this is the cable for the USB port. I wish it had a beeper on it too. But, okay. HGLRC. I have one of their GPSs somewhere. Let me see. Well, this is not an HGLRC, but if it has the same kind of connector, then what you need is this kit from Race Day Quads or Ready Made RC. I'm sorry, I always get those two confused. And you would take the 4-pin one. Let's just see if it fits in there. There's a 4-pin one. And you, of course, it comes with wires. You probably have to cut them and solder them to another wire, which is what I had to do. Have to do with these, but it will not fit. That is not the right size. That is not the right size. Really? Hold on. Getting my glasses, bigger glasses. One sec. One sec. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 pins. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 pins. Nope. You're right. Look at that. Don't get that kit. So what kind of connector is that? Because these are the ZH, I think. think that's going to require some Googling. I'll find out what it is and where you can get it. I usually can spy out those problems. I'll try to riddle you that later and get you an answer. I do it, then don't get interference. Yeah, so you do it too. That's good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, so it's just a little bit smaller than that one, so I'll find out what it is. Because these are, let me see that GPS again. Where is that? Put it down over here. Yeah, it's whatever size they used for the, you know, my VTX uses the same. This is the same size, except it's just the wrong number of pins. So what pitch is that? I'll have to find out. Sorry, I don't have an answer for that one, but I'll find out. And I think probably AliExpress or someplace like that is going to be like the places that you can find it. So speaking of this kind of connector, oh, let's see. Yeah, because this, wait a minute. I am miffed. Why, this works. No, it's not. It's the wrong size. I was going to say this came from that same kit. This one. Nope, not correct. It's too big. Okay, what time is it? It's almost time. Oh, I've gone past. But we're going to keep going for another 10 minutes because I want to get no, that probably is a good stopping point, isn't it? I've got the flight controller in. I need to mess with the VTX and stuff. So that's what it looks like when you put what kind of flight controller is this? It's a Racer Star Nano, F405 Nano. Oh, let's plug this back in so we're complete. Red is on the right. Red is on the right. And then we need a little poker to help me get it connected in there. Push it in. Don't want to break anything. So before we go, we're just going to, after we did all this stuff to this flight controller by smooshing it in through the, into the airframe there, let's hook it up back to the Professor and make sure that it will still operate. You mean you're saying that the connector, it's smaller than this kind of connector, right? Because we've just tested that. It's got to be the same connectors on this GPS, right? Does it look like this? Is it 4 pins? Take a look at that. And I can even give a measurement. Let's put a measurement up there with it next to the camera. Okay, so I've got it on the 0. It's like 6 millimeters. Anyway, take a look at that. Tell me if that's the same as this, which is a Mini 220 GPS, just a regular standard. These are what I use on everything. It's got a 4-pin, so it's just a UART connection and power. No magnetometer or anything in there. God, yeah, you should probably take a picture of it. Take a picture of it next to a millimeter scale like that. That's what I would suggest. Excuse me for one moment while I spill crap all over my face. Okay. So we're going to plug it into the computer. That means we're going to get logged into the computer. Hi. This is the end. This is the end of the live stream. We're just doing one last thing. Oh, let's see how this fits. Let's see how all this fits. So what do we got? S4, S8. Oh, these are going to be for things like the pan tilt. S8, S3, S4. Where's my S3 and S4 must be the wings, so one of these has to go to the other side. Let's fix that. I'm going to say S3 has to go to the other side. So we're going to go over here. Oh, let's do this. We're going to fish this through. Fish it under this. And out this window here. So what we want is S3 and S4 to go out to the wings, like so. Make sure you don't cover up the GPS wires, which I think are what's in front there. Okay. What else did I label? This one isn't labeled. I forgot to label one of them. I hope it's something. But I did put in these extra 2 servos for pan tilt or other things. Okay, professor. We need a professor. So we're going to plug this in to this thing, which we're going to figure out where to glue this on the airframe. I'll figure that out between now and the next time we work on it. It may not be on a Wednesday live stream, but I will just do an impromptu live stream. Okay, let's switch to the computer. That's number 2. Right? Number 2. Number 2. Thank you. Number 2. Thank you, number 2. Let's go to INAV config. Oh, it's already running. Okay, INAV configurator, and then we're going to connect. Then we're going to connect. INAV firmware 5.0. Now let's take a look at the motion of the plane. It is not correct. That is not correct. So what we need to do, let's fix that before I forget. We need to go down here. Yaw degrees. Yaw degrees. Yaw degrees was off by 90 degrees, wasn't it? Let's do 90. Save and reboot. M8N. It's an M8N GPS. Okay. Okay, now let's tip it forward. Tip it back. Pitch up. Left roll. Right roll. Pitch down. Pitch up. That seems to be the correct setting that I put in there. Okay, that plane looks level, it looks flat, everything is good. Navigation is not safe because we don't have GPS plugged into it yet. Okay, so it seems to be that I have at least made it to the point where we plugged in the flight controller, we've glued up some things, we tested my my jigs, these things. We tested one of them anyway. This one we'll test next, but we'll just do that off camera. And, oh, we're on the wrong camera. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Now I'm talking to you. And I can't see you because I got these. Okay, so we're going to end this live stream. We're going to do another live stream next Wednesday. I'm going to keep doing this. Maybe it'll just be you and me, Robert. And I think my friends Andy and Kevin have given up and gone to sleep and taken care of their significant others and all that kind of stuff. Walk the dogs, or I don't think they have dogs. I'm the one who has dogs. Thanks, Robert. Thanks. I'm learning as we go. And I hope I help other people learn at least a little bit of something. And learn from my mistakes or laugh at me or whatever. I don't care, but it's all good. Anyway, so next time I think we're going to work on either this some more, or we're going to get those gosh darn FPV combat things going, because I've got to get those done. We're going to go on a camping trip this fall. I know we will. I'm hoping we will, Andy and Kevin and I. And I want to, is that not flat? Oh, it's flat. I want to have those combat wings ready. So basically by the middle of September, I need to have those 3 planes done. They're over there. They're the bins of electronics are there. The pods are done. The things are done. There's just no excuse. So I got to work on that. And I got to work on this Flerken. I want to get this thing flying so badly, and I just keep farting and farting around and farting around, and then I farted around and made these things. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it that anybody would find this interesting, and we'll see you next week.